What's up, guys, and welcome to another discussion video. Today we're going to be talking about the future of Five Nights at Freddy's, because this is the supposed last game in the whole series, pretty much. So, I don't know about that, guys, but today we're going to be talking about the possible Five Nights at Freddy's 5 and what to expect of it. So, yeah, so in the last time we talked about what my thoughts on the game and everything. Today we're going to be talking about the future of the game. Because as you guys know, the game is pretty much, like, almost over. I mean, there's literally nothing that we can possibly, like, think of anymore. Except for the DLC, which is coming out soon. I'm also going to share my predictions on the DLC. Now, the DLC was said to come around Halloween. So, I'm assuming that's exactly where it's going to come from. And I'm very, very glad that the DLC is coming because it's pretty cool. The DLC will basically contain... Scott confirmed that it wasn't Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and it wasn't Five Nights at Freddy's 5. So it was neither one of those, guys. So we can expect something totally out of the ordinary. And also, in his thank you picture, a lot of people were thinking that that was the end of Five Nights at Freddy's as we know. It was 100% over. It's done. It's finished. It's over. But one of the YouTubers I saw, I believe his name was the Iron Mango, he just so happened to find a small Easter egg, which might have been a 5. Also, if you think of it, it's called Five Nights at Freddy's. So, I think that a 5th game would be in order. But there's a few things that go against this, and that is that Five Nights at Freddy's gets scarier every single game. If you notice in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a lot more creepier and different than Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, however, is a little bit different. And Five Nights at Freddy's 1 isn't as scary as Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, I've been noticing that each game Scott tries to make it as scary as he possibly can. Now, in the 3rd game, that was creepy. And he brought out the best in creepiness and scary. And he literally hit the home run with Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Now, with Five Nights at Freddy's 4, as you guys can see, it was absolutely terrifying. Now, the reason I think there's not going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's 5, this is one of my reasons, is because as you guys look at this gameplay right now, you see absolutely terrifying animatronics with big teeth, and in each game, Scott goes even creepier than before. Now, I don't know how he can possibly get any creepier. I really don't know, guys. It's a little weird, but I don't think Scott can get any creepier than what he's provided for us now. My theory is that if he wanted to get any creepier, they would literally have to be hell animatronics. Like, they would have to have blood, they would have to have brains, they would have to... That's how this could get any creepier. So, guys, really, I don't know about the future of Five Nights at Freddy's 5. Like, it doesn't seem like there could be another game. But there is the fact that Springtrap did survive in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. So, possibly Springtrap is maybe going to be the antagonist. And also, somebody looked in there and they found a 9th night. I believe on that 9th night, it will probably only be Nightmare and maybe a new animatronic that we don't know of yet. Scott also announced on Steam later yesterday, I believe, that he was going to release some kind of a teaser image pretty soon on Scott Games. Now, I don't know. If anybody has a theory about that, let me know, because I really don't know what's going on. So, yeah, guys. So, yeah, it's crazy how Scott could get any creepier than what this is. So, that's one of my reasons I think there won't be a 5th game. Now, one of the reasons where I think that there will be a 5th game. As you guys know, Five Nights at Freddy's is, like, the best series ever. So, basically, one reason where I think that they're going to have another one is because the movie is coming out pretty soon. If you guys haven't realized it, go check out Gil Keegan on Twitter. He has a bunch of things talking about the game and what to expect and all of that. So, and it's not really a game, it's a movie. The movie's coming out in 2017. So let's look at today's date. Today's date is 12:55 p.m. No, that's the time. August 11th, 2015. 1617. There are 2 years, well, almost one and like 3 months until the movie comes out, which I think is impossible to make a movie in that time. But he's already working on it. So, and the Five Nights at Freddy's hype will die down if there's no game. So that's a reason somebody is thinking that Scott might make one more game. Or maybe a spin-off game. Or something similar to that. I personally want another game. I want to see who the Purple Man is. I want to know who these characters are. I want to see everything. Like, I was wondering about the Bite of 87, and now that I know who caused it, there's still much more answers that need to be answered. So, Scott can't just leave us from here. And he hasn't posed any questions almost for us in this 4th game, except for that last box, the teaser box. But other than that, there have been absolutely no new things. So in the 5th game, maybe he could introduce a whole bunch of questions that could be announced in the movie. So basically, the movie will have so many questions. Like, I want to know who the phone guy is. That would be really cool. Also, I assume that the purple guy might actually be Scott himself. Because if I pause the video real quick... Oh, dear. Alright, if I pause the video there's actually a picture of Scott back there with his family. As you can see right over there. So, Scott might actually just be the Purple Man. And he might be representing this as his house. And these animatronics were what he created. There's also a theory around that the 4 bullies are actually the 4 children that were stuffed. And I agree with that theory. There's a lot of theories out there. Some of them are fake, some of them are real. But all I know is one thing. People were not expecting this game. Nobody was expecting it. It was 100% unexpected, and that's why everybody loves it. So, I don't know. Like, it's really confusing to think of what the future of Five Nights at Freddy's could hold. Maybe a spin-off game, maybe a 5th game. And all I know is that we need to look forward to the DLC. When the teaser image comes out about the DLC, I might post a video talking about it, because this is big stuff. Like, this is crazy stuff. That Scott would actually put some DLC into this game. And it would be really great to get some extras. And normally, DLC means lots of extras. So, it would be pretty cool if we got, I don't know, like another night, maybe new animatronics. Because as you guys know of, the puppet and Balloon Boy, I didn't see them anywhere in this game, yet they appeared in the third game. I think most people think, and I'm kind of here and there with that they haven't been invented yet. Balloon Boy wasn't created yet, as you saw in the minigame, where Balloon Boy was holding a balloon. And Puppet might actually be the child you're playing as. So there really isn't, and I'm thinking that the ninth night might be in a totally different environment with, like, new things. Like, if Scott is gonna do another night, it wouldn't make any sense that it would be in this place here. Like, maybe they could have it, like, in, maybe it could be in, the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 environment, so people have to get used to the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 controls again. Or maybe it could be a secret minigame where you see Fredbear and Springtrap, or I don't even know, guys. But all I know for certain is that this DLC is coming. It's coming. It's coming right for us. It's coming pretty soon. So, yeah, and if you guys didn't know, there is a 2020 mode. And, yeah, guys, it's crazy, it's insane, and that's exactly pretty much what the future of Five Nights at Freddy's is going to handle. Now, on to our next topic, which is, like, are we really going to expect, like, is it going to be expected, or is it not going to be expected? Scott Games is updated very often with new things. And recently, Scott said that he would be only communicating through Steam in the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 page. Now, if Scott were to make another game, it would have to take place out of 2015. Because if it took place in 2016, maybe about March or April, it could work. Like, people would have that game for a long time, and people wouldn't be so, like, oh gosh, Scott hasn't released a game in so long, we're getting so bored of Five Nights at Freddy's, this is horrible. No, that wouldn't happen. It would also be kind of cool if we could go back to all the nights. Like, maybe it would be pretty cool if Scott could update all 4 games. I think that would be pretty cool, and it wouldn't kill the Five Nights at Freddy's hype. I've always thought of Five Nights at Freddy's as the most upgradable thing. You can put so much into this game that you can have pretty much anything you want. Like, if Scott wanted to, he could go back to the first game and add in a bunch of other things. And to be honest with you, that's probably not going to happen. Scott is getting tired of doing this. He said it himself. I want to play your games. I want to play your things. I want to see your games. So he's pretty much leaving it up to us to make Five Nights at Freddy's fan-made games. And maybe one day, he might grant somebody permission to start the series again. And the movie will really clear things up. And next, we're going to move on to another topic, which is going to be a sequel. Now, I don't know what this might mean, but normally movies get sequels. Normally movies do get sequels. So what I'm assuming is, this isn't even close to the end of Five Nights at Freddy's. This could go down to maybe the Harry Potter series, which they had, let's see, they had Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban. See here, it's kind of hard for me to recount this, but they had about 7 movies, and this could be for the Five Nights at Freddy's game series. They might need to do more than one game for each movie. Like, it might go down to maybe Five Nights at Freddy's 6, 7, maybe 8, and then it'll stop there. It's over. Because it doesn't go past night 8. It really doesn't. Unless 9, Deep 9, of course. But still, there is a possible, there could be a sequel for Five Nights at Freddy's the movie. Even though it hasn't come out yet, people will I'm guessing people will love the movie, and they'll want another one. When this other one comes out, people are going to want another game, and another game, and another game, and another game. And pretty much until they reach enough movies, Five Nights at Freddy's will probably not be over until Minecraft 2 comes out, which will probably be in 2020. So you can expect a lot of things, because this is one of the most popular horror games out there right now. There's nothing better than Five Nights at Freddy's, in my opinion. This is the only horror game I play. But, and I also want to see Five Nights at Freddy's on more than one console. I want to see it on things like the Xbox, or the PlayStation, or I don't think they could do it on Nintendo, but I want to see different variants of Five Nights at Freddy's on all kinds of things, and stuff like the Wii U. It would be really cool if we could have Five Nights at Freddy's on a lot of consoles. It would be really cool. But it would be really difficult, too, considering the fact that you need to move through the cameras. And, well, I don't think it would work out very well for consoles like the Xbox, because there would be, you'd have to, go through the cameras. But it could be really cool if they could convert Five Nights at Freddy's to the Xbox version. That would be a really cool port, and a lot of people, and it would give Scott a lot more money for a Xbox version of Five Nights at Freddy's, because normal games on Xbox are about $30. So it would be pretty cool if Five Nights at Freddy's could convert to the Xbox, but that's probably not going to happen. But that could be in the future. Maybe Scott is planning to release games for different consoles, or I don't know. But also, the nights are pretty long in each one. So if there is another game, how long will the nights actually be? Like I said, guys, there's probably not a possibility of another game, because it's just too creepy. This nightmare thing is just too creepy. It would literally, if he wanted to make another one, like I said, have to be exactly like a horror movie. Twice the times of the horror movie. Freddy would have to be draw kill, and he would have to look so creepy. He'd have to have fangs, and basically Scott can't get pretty much any creepier than what he is. But like I said, guys, Springtrap is still alive from Five Nights at Freddy's 3, which is now the last game pretty much in the series. So that might be the ultimate finish, and there might not be a game after that. Springtrap is just alive, and but there is still theories coming out about this game. It is just a really good game, and I really, really want another game. It would be really cool if I could have another Five Nights at Freddy's 5 would be really cool, and it would be amazing, Five Nights at Freddy's 5. But that's probably in the near future, probably longer than you think, probably a long time away, and it's probably not gonna happen. But that's why we have people who are interested in Five Nights at Freddy's, who can make fan games and make Five Nights at the Krusty Krab, Five Nights at Treasure Island, and all those other games that are really, really amazing. People will create more of those, and it's just crazy. And like I said, guys, it's hard to think of. it's really hard to think and pose some theories about Five Nights at Freddy's 5 because we don't have any information about it, but all I know is that if Scott wants to do another one, then that's up to him. That's really up to him. But all I know is Scott does listen to the fans. Like, not actually the fan, as in Five Nights at Freddy's fan, but, like, the people who play Five Nights at Freddy's. Because these games are absolutely insane, as I said before. And, yeah. So, yeah, guys, this has been a discussion on the future of Five Nights at Freddy's. If you're watching this video, you're awesome. It would be even more awesome if you liked and subscribed to this video. And tell me what you guys think, and post your own theories about Five Nights at Freddy's 5, and what it would be like, and how it would act, and if there is a possible 4th game. And anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.